The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Great things, my fellow warriors, boy Meckanimal, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to be productive during your strength training, how to optimize your strength training performance during the workout session or seance. And the tip I'm going to give you today is, in between your strength training sets, be able to perform some highly stretched and ballistic movements between each strength training set. Let me rephrase it. Incorporating some ballistic movement in between your sets will be able to optimize the next set in terms of force production, to be able to lift heavy or explosive. And the ballistic movement that I incorporate in between those sets, depending on which part of my body I'm working on. When it comes to the lower body, I like to use the hip stretch, where I will hold a support for those who are liking balance, and then swing on the side, stretching my hip girdle, and you will have a good stretch of your hamstrings and your gluteus medius. You do between 10 and 20 repetitions on one leg, and then you switch up, you hold it again, and then 10 to 20 on the other side. That type of exercise will keep the blood flowing in your hip and trigger the right fiber that you need to perform as explosively as possible during your next set. When it comes to the upper body, the movement that I like to use will be any type of explosive or stretchy movement around my shoulder girdle, notably the scapular retraction or depression. In this case, it will be some exercise that favor your shoulder retraction, which will be usually the fast pulse of the scapular retraction that I will go for 10 to 20 repetitions at a time in the transverse plane, or from the sagittal to the frontal plane, some fast twitch to trigger the musculature that's required to perform as explosively as possible. And you can get creative. You can use the band as well, that you loop around a support, and then start by retracting your shoulder blade and slightly bending your arm, or keep them totally straight. Get some pulsation around the band, on activating your shoulder girdle. And what I notice is, performing those exercises, whether it's the hip stretch, let me go far enough here, boom, 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 fast, as explosively as possible in between sets, help me perform as best as possible on my next set. It is important to know where to incorporate this exercise. If you put it too early, right after your previous set, you might lose the benefits of it for the next set. If you put it too close to the next set, you might still be exhausted from the exercise, which is supposed just to stimulate you to produce enough force on the next set. So it is important to, by error and trial, everybody is different depending on people's ability to recover. I like to just, as a general rule, perform them in the middle. So if you have to take a 5-minute break, between 2 and 3 minutes, perform your exercise. However, playing around to know which one works best for you will be the best way to go by, if you are willing to give it some error and trial. But as a general rule, in the middle will be the common sense to go by. So that's it. Those are the tricks for me, that I was planning to give you guys. to be able to perform as efficiently on your next sets while you're resting. So I think it's a method. It's a method that's been developed by Verkhoshansky, the father, the godfather of the plyometrics, and a high level elite coach that have trained a lot of elite performers at the Olympics. So that's that. Everything is and will always be the Meckanimal way. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. And peace.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.